You guys want to find out what the unemployment rate of Windhelm is? I'm pretty sure it's something really fucking high because these Nords can't keep a fucking job.
Does this guy have a job?
Probably not.
What about this lady?
Probably
or any
not.
of these people?
Probably
the
not.
people of the city of Windhelm love chopping wood, starting violent rebellions, and having prejudice against horses.
Do you have any idea how dumb horses are?
But what's really going on
girl.
underneath the surface of this city? How is the local economy doing? Today, I'm going to be doing a comprehensive unemployment survey in Windhelm, taking into account everyone's demographic as well as their employment status, and then taking all of that information, compiling it into an economic report, which I will present to you at the end of the video.
Thank you.
Okay? Great.
Thank you.
Does anyone know what the best way to figure out the unemployment in a city is? Anybody have any guesses?
Ask them.
That's right, we're going to do a direct survey. That means we are going to walk around and talk to every single person here and literally figure out if they have a job. Let's start with the people who are outside, including this gentleman.
Name's Nils. I'm the cook up at camp.
Oh, he's a cook.
Here's a great example of exactly what we're looking for. Some people will just immediately tell you their vocation. Other people, it's a little tougher. Like maybe this guy.
The best way for us to win the Nords' respect is through hard work.
Ooh, that sounds promising. Obviously, he values hard work, but does he do hard work? That's the real question.
That is a
we're
good
gonna
question.
Find out. He's actually headed outside the city, and after following him for just a little bit...
I'm proud of my farm. Takes no small effort to grow crops.
He's a
this part of Skyrim.
farmer.
Did you say farm? Wow, he has a farm. Dang, this guy really just walks all the way out here every morning. We left at like 9 a.m. and it's past noon.
Jesus.
And he still hasn't even made it to work. This is like one of those people that Mr. Beast needs to buy a car for.
Man, Mr. Beast, y'all the best, man.
All right, he finally made it to work. It's almost 1 p.m., so it only took him about 4 hours to get here. And somebody's already here working early.
Employed.
This does make me wonder, how long is he going to actually stay at work before he goes home? Well, it's about 7 o'clock, so it's time to go home. It was a long 6-hour shift, and then he walked for 3 hours on either end, which is a lot. I mean, that's a lot of walking, to be fair. It does feel weird that that old lady is just out there still hacking away. But ain't that just the balance of power in a work environment? Ain't that just the way? Anyway, there's at least one more farm out here, so we might as well pop our heads in.
Once the sun goes down, it's just me and the dogs.
The
Dogs
dogs.
can't be employed unless they work for the government. So this guy also is kind of like a servant.
Master Cruelty comes and works the field sometime.
He works the farm, which is a job. And that guy actually owns this farm. There's also another farm out here that has at least one person working on it. Chopping wood, eh, miss?
I'm not building a ship, sir. I'm trying to make things grow.
All right, that's all the farms, I think, outside the city, so that's good. Got those out of the way. We do have these shipyards over here. Surely somebody's doing something of value. Clank, clank, clank. Sounds like work to me. Sometimes I do wonder if I'm just counting these people, because, like, it's possible that this guy lives, you know, on the boat and then leaves. But I feel like if the boat's here, then these people kind of live here. Because it's docked, right? It's not going anywhere. We could wait here for days and days, and it's not going to leave. So I think all 4 of these people count. I've also got 2 more people over there. This guy's the only one I'm unsure about because he says he can take me to any port on the coast.
I can take you to any port on the coast.
Which makes it sound like he just really does live on his boat and he moves around. So let's hire his boat and go somewhere and see if he actually comes with or if he returns back to Windhelm here. Let's go to Dawnstar, famously employed city Dawnstar.
Climb on in the boat and get comfortable.
Okay, I'm in the boat. Or is it this boat?
Climb on in the boat and get comfortable.
Which boat am I supposed to climb on in? I'm in the boat.
Climb on in the boat and get comfortable.
Bro, how much gold are you
gonna
gonna give this
take from
guy?
me, old man?
Looking to hire a boat?
Okay, so it turns out Gort actually isn't. He's not a boat captain. He's a street urchin, scammer artist, which does count as a job because he is making money. He just took 300 of my gold just because of his silver tongue, which I don't appreciate, but I do appreciate that he's employed. All right, that's everyone at the docks. I did note that there are 2 guards down at the docks. We're gonna keep a mental note of that later because we're probably gonna count all of the guards at once. Back in the city, we have a little kid.
Won't you buy a flower?
It's another employed child. All right, pause. Let it be known that I bought every single flower that this little girl had. Every single one. I gave her as much money as I humanly could possibly give her. I just want you to keep that in mind, because it's going to be important later. Now, while I have you here, I might as well just let you know that we don't count children in our unemployment surveys. So we're going to count this little girl as not applicable. This looks like a store. That's a good sign. Stores always have employment.
Yeah!
There's somebody hanging out on the side of the road here.
Of course, working for Bofrida isn't my first choice.
Employed!
What else can a Dunmer do out here?
Truly.
Windhelm is divided into four. He has nothing but disdain for the one that's most.
Are you employed? Do you have a job?
Besides, Amberus can't run the corner club on his own.
Oh, you helped run the corner club, is that right? You told me your whole life story just to put that at the end. Hey, look, that guy's sweeping. Hello, folks. Who are you? Agrangnor once honored, so he's no longer honored. He also is accepting free donations, which is kind of like a I don't have a job behavior. And his name is once honored, which makes it sound like he's just kind of fallen on hard times, maybe lost his job.
I'm too proud to admit that I need a bit of help from time to time.
For now, as much as I like his temperament, I'm gonna have to count him as unemployed.
Sorry, man.
Maybe we'll learn something later.
No one bought any flowers again.
That is not true.
That is not true.
Literally every flower you had. I bought them literally all, okay? These kids are so ungrateful. This lady is a bit of a mystery. She looks old enough like she might be able to be retired, and she is just walking around a lot, which is kind of something that old people do sometimes. They just kind of like pace back and forth at the mall. And she also just keeps complaining to me about how she's fearful of getting murdered.
Women murdered time and again, and all the guards care about is the war.
Like, I meet people like that a lot in my day job or former day job now, where they just like these old ladies with a bunch of money come up to me and talk about the crime, you know? So I think I'm gonna call her retired. Oh, what do we have over here? It's another one of those lazy millennials not working.
I know, right?
Blur that out. That was honestly kind of
All
gross.
this avocado
Who are you?
toast.
My job's simple enough. The dead don't really
My
Employed!
job? Wow, she has a job. Who are you?
If you've got some time, stop by my house of
Employed!
curiosities.
What do you think the line is between your friend who owns some weird stuff and an actual museum? I guess I'll have to go to the House of Curiosities to find out. This lady's interesting because she's definitely sort of a, what do they call it in Skyrim?
He has 2 jobs.
A vagabond? Not a vagabond. What am I trying to think of? You know, she lives on the street. She doesn't have like a formal job, but she can train me to be a better pickpocket.
A teacher.
You know, it doesn't matter what their living situation is. That's none of our business. She's doing something for money. That's employment.
Employed!
Over here, we got 2 people working at a, whatever this is called, a blacksmith. And then
A
back here, there's a
forge.
whole market. So we got this lady.
Look at these
we
floating
got
axes.
This guy, and then this guy's like a soldier of some kind.
Schrodinger's
I made my
hobo.
fortune as a sea captain, but now I'm retired.
This guy's retired. He's probably the youngest retired guy that I've ever encountered.
I wish
Not
I were
often that you
retired
can
at his
really
age.
Get out from under in Skyrim. Most people have to just work until their whole body decays, and then they just wander the streets. This guy can train me in 2-handed weapons. That sounds like a job. This girl's a bit of a mystery. Don't pay no mind to the floating meat. I don't know what that's about. She's a bit of a
It's just
mystery.
Skyrim,
She said
don't
her
worry.
twin sister was killed,
I lost my twin sister a while back.
and I know she like
Do you have
lives
a
with her
job?
dad. She kind of alluded to that. She's basically just walking around with a basket of flowers, which does feel a little bit hobby-esque to me. And I did learn that both of her parents are very wealthy. We'll talk about them later. So you know what? She's probably just like a rich kid's daughter. Welcome to the castle.
The
castle is
castle.
bound to have loads of employment, including this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, who's in the middle of a slightly problematic speech, but you know,
Oh!
here to judge.
I do the cooking and cleaning around the palace.
This guy does the cooking and cleaning inside
You can
the
kill her
palace.
for a
I'm the
contract,
least
that's sad.
important person in here.
Whatever you've heard I can do is probably true.
Employed!
Oh.
Oh.
Including disappear. That's crazy.
That's
What a
insane.
great trick that was that you just pulled.
Her
Anyway,
mom
this
will
guy's
hang
employed. He's
herself
like
if
a
both her
wizard.
daughters
He
are
makes
dead? That's
himself
so
potions
sad.
That help you feel better about your life. Which reminds me of something. It reminds me of something called Magic Mind. I got
Oh.
reached out to by this company,
Oh.
and what Magic Mind told me is they said, Austin, we love your videos. I don't think they actually watched them, but can we send you a bunch of these little drinks?
Why is he
and if you
bouncing them
like
on a
well,
watermelon?
can we sponsor your video about unemployment in Skyrim? And I said, absolutely, I will take these drinks.
What are these?
Good to see you again, friend.
This guy drank Magic Mind today, which is why he's so friendly and happy and joyous.
Oh.
Look at him.
I once killed 6 men single-handedly.
Someone who's always
Six
struggled with staying
single-handedly?
calm and focused across long days of editing these ridiculous videos. Drinking Magic Mind before having my caffeine for the day seems to be genuinely
Before
helpful for
having
me.
your
Was it
caffeine?
placebo? That's none of my business. And it does have some well-understood inclusions like matcha and
Matcha, vitamin C, cordyceps mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms, Bacopa monieri, acetylcholine, organic ashwagandha. I should not have ashwagandha. Zombie shrooms. Subtly sweet. Cordyceps make me scared. They don't affect people yet.
vitamin C and turmeric. But
Turmeric.
for my part, I just like it. I'm not a scientist. If you, like me, enjoy funny little drinks and enjoy having a nice
Ashwagandha, no
little morning
good.
routine,
Not for me.
you can go on their website and use promo code AnyAustin20, which will allow you to take 48% off your first subscription. I don't know why 48, not 50. Maybe it's like a mental trick. Or you can use it to take 20% off, just a one-time order if you prefer. And if you have any questions about it, you just post them down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Anyway, take me back to Windhelm. Now, let's go inside this bar, shall we? Drink some alcohol, undo those magic mind effects. Sorry, I'm not. The sponsorship's over. It's funny. I just like having fun, okay? Relax. In here, we've got three people. I've actually talked to these two already, but not her. She's employed. We've also got this lady. She works here. And we got this guy. I like your bleach blonde hair, Mr. I have a job playing the flute.
Get out of our city, you filthy piece of trash.
Jesus.
Holy cannoli. That guy is rude as heck.
Don't like it? Too bad.
Whoa.
This guy's giving me strong unemployed vibes.
Every night, I walk around a gray quarter and let them grayskins know what I think of them.
That's extremely unemployed behavior.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to follow him around for a couple hours just out of due diligence. And if I don't find anything to the contrary, you're going to see the unemployed graphic show up right now.
Oh!
Look at that. He's
Look
unemployed.
at that.
So we're nearly done with our survey at this point, but we do have two outstanding issues. Firstly, there are a couple of large mansions that are locked that we cannot get inside. Of course, as members of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we are allowed to just invite ourselves into any establishment.
We are?
So that's
okay.
what we're going to do here. But I just wanted to let you know that it's not breaking and entering because I'm a government employee.
We're doing a
Let's
survey.
just pop our heads in.
The Dulmer took a shot. Oh.
Hello? Oh, no. Ah! With a secret compartment. Hello? Bureau of Labor Statistics. Anybody back here?
No.
Looks like maybe somebody was doing work back here. Well, oh well. Whoever was here is obviously not here anymore. Okay, so there was nobody in there. But the other issue we have is a little place called the House of Curiosities. You might remember this as the place that the guy in the alleyway mentioned.
I too am allowed to let myself into a lot of places.
Stop by my House of Curiosity.
Okay.
Yeah, him. But I went to the House of Curiosities and the building was locked. So of course I waited till the next day to make sure I was within business hours. Still locked. I waited another day. Still locked. That's not a good sign for the health of this business. And it also meant that the only option I had, once again, was to let myself in as a trustworthy member of the federal government. So that's what I did. Now the goal here is to very quickly determine if this feels like a real museum or just a funny collection of artifacts. He does have some pretty cool stuff on the shelves, but I don't see any official looking plaques or anything like that.
You're not supposed to be in here.
To be honest, it doesn't look like much of an official collection.
This is the last time I'll say it. Get out.
Would you relax? So he seems like more of just like a funny
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people.
Oh, relax, you guys. You guys are so uptight. So I think actually my final mark on Calixto, based on what I'm seeing, is not applicable. You know, him and his wife traveled around the world gathering all those little artifacts, and now they show them to their friends, which is great. But his doors are locked all the time. So I'm counting him as retired, even though he did try to have me arrested. Also, just for your reference, I've counted roughly 15 guards while walking around the whole city, so we can add that to the total as well. Now, the real question is, since we've surveyed all these people,
It's like a mattress
I'm pretty sure that's
storefront for money
everyone,
laundering.
if we take all that data and do the math on it, what is Windhelm's unemployment rate? And also, how is its economic outlook overall?
The best way for us to win the Nords' respect.
Well, I'm going to answer all those questions for you in a press conference in 3, 2,
A press
1.
conference?
Press conference. Hello, welcome to another press conference from
Thank
your
you for
favorite
having the
bureau,
sign of
Bureau
Windhelm behind
Labor
you.
Statistics. We don't have much to go over today, so we'll keep it short and sweet. Today we're doing an employment situation summary for the city of Windhelm in Skyrim. There's a lot of very interesting information in here, so strap in. It's going to be a good one. Total surface payroll employment is at 36 persons, and unemployment is at 5.3%. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, that's us, reported today. Prudently built just inland of a major river delta, Windhelm is the capital city of East March Hold in Skyrim, and at least on paper, one of the most active and important ports in the entire continent, which also makes it one of the most economically promising locations we've surveyed so far. The city has a
scammer on the
population of
docks.
46, 2 of which are children, 40 of which are working age adults, and 4 of which are old and dying. That seems, yeah. Don't do that. Industries in this city are relatively normative. Shipping, trade, hospitality, policing, farming, and
He'll
military
make a good government
careers
employee
make
for
up the
Windhelm.
vast majority
He
of
is,
the
clearly,
employment,
isn't he?
with a few personal trainers and religious figures making up the rest. Perhaps the most notable thing about Windhelm, given its unique socio-political position in the current moment, is just how relatively stable the economy there actually seems to be. It's diversified enough to inculcate it against outside influence. It has both internally reciprocal markets like farms, food, and hospitality, as well as externally reciprocal markets like shipping and receiving, ferrying, and the military. While several upper-class
boring, bland, and zero. No, there was an Argonian.
Or underserved by the local government, there was very little
There was an
on-the-ground
Argonian on the
evidence
docks.
that the people doing the complaining were the same people actually getting the shorter end of the proverbial stick, as it were. The people who actually are getting the short end of the proverbial stick are a minority group known as the Dunmer, almost all of whom are cordoned off in a slum-like portion of the city known as the Grey Quarter. By any legible metric, however, the people living in the Grey Quarter are doing just as well, at least economically, as anyone living outside of it, aside from the bourgeoisie.
The birds
Even
work for the bourgeoisie.
The local village murderer has largely seemed to avoid the area, meaning that aside from things being slightly less aesthetically pleasing, there's not a huge tangible difference from one area to the next in Windhelm. With racial tensions where they are in Windhelm, the Bureau can envision a world where this potential prosperity is interrupted or brought to a permanent halt, which could radically transform the makeup of the local economy, particularly if the Dunmer were to leave Windhelm entirely, taking their labor with them rather than simply contenting themselves to take worse, more subservient jobs for the racial majority. It's an interesting possibility, without a doubt, but at least for the moment, there's not a ton to be concerned about in Windhelm.
A local murderer, always trouble.
5.3% puts Windhelm towards the middle of Skyrim cities, ahead of some major players like Whiterun and Morthal.
I'm surprised Dawnstar has a
but
0%
behind
unemployment
the
rate.
Imperial capital of Solitude. This survey was conducted over 8 days by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The next time you see
8
the Bureau
days?
of Labor
This
Statistics,
took you that
we'll
long?
be doing a comprehensive survey of all of Skyrim, and that will, of course, bring our unemployment exploration to a close. Until then, thank you so much for watching my video. If you are one of my Patreon supporters, we did
16
recently
crows
do
in
a
a trench
Q&A
coat.
on Patreon.
I like
so you
your
can hop
toes
over
at
there
night.
if you want to watch that. It's about an hour of me answering a variety of questions. If not, don't worry about it. I'll see you next time. More videos.
Yay! That's a solid statistic.